Welcome to GED Mastery. Let's simplify algebraic expressions. This vocab can help. So a term is a number or a letter or a combination of numbers and letters, like 3x is a term, or x over 2 is a term, or y cubed is a term. A variable is the letter that we're using to represent the unknown number. So it could be any letter. An expression is a combination of terms separated by an addition or subtraction symbol, like 5x plus 3 is an expression. The coefficient is the number in front of the variable. So in this example, the coefficient would be 5. Like terms are terms that have the same variable with the same exponent. So for example, 5x and negative 3x are like terms. Unlike terms don't have the same variable or they have different exponents. For example, 2y to the third and y squared are not like terms. X is also not a like term with any of those. When you combine like terms, you add or subtract them. So in our example of 5x minus 3x, we could combine those by just subtracting the coefficients and keeping the variable the same. 5x minus 3x would be 2x. And when we distribute, we have to multiply both terms inside the parentheses. So we would have to do 2 times x and 2 times negative 3 here. So when we distribute this, it's 2x minus 6. Okay, let's work through an example. We have to first identify our like terms. These are like terms. And these are like terms. And you can just identify them with different combinations of underlines or circles or squares so that it's easier to see what's going on. Let's combine the terms with x. So 4x plus 5x is 9x. And now let's do negative 5 minus 2. So negative 5 minus 2 is negative 7. Let's combine like terms. These are like terms because they both have x squared, and then these are like terms because they both have x. 7x plus x is 8x. If there's no number in front of the variable, it's 1. And then negative 3x squared minus 2x squared is negative 5x squared. You can rearrange the terms. So for example, 8x minus 5x squared is the same as negative 5x squared plus 8x. And our answer is C. All right, let's identify our like terms. We've got negative 2x squared and x squared. So negative 2x squared plus x squared is negative x squared. And then we've got 5x. That does not have a like term, so we'll just carry it down. And then we've got 4. So let's add that on the end. And our answer is D. Okay, we've got to distribute. So let's distribute this 3 to both terms inside the parentheses. And remember that this minus sign goes with the 2. So 3 times p is 3p. And then minus 6. Our answer is B. We've got to distribute again. This time we have a negative here. So we're going to do negative 2 times y and negative 2 times negative 5. So negative 2 times y is negative 2y, and negative 2 times negative 5 is positive 10, because a negative times a negative is a positive. Our answer is A. We've got to distribute again. X times 2x is 2x squared, and x times 3 is positive 3x. Our answer is C. Okay, let's distribute first and then we'll combine like terms. So 4x times 3 is 12x, and 4x times 7x is 28x squared. And we'll carry down this 5x. Now we can see we've got two like terms to combine. And let's write the x squared term first. So I'll just write 28x squared, and then I'll add those like terms together. 12 plus 5 is 17, so 17x. And that's B. Let's distribute again. So 5 times 2h is 10h, plus 5 times 3 is 15. And I'll carry down this 3h. Now I can combine like terms. I've got 13h plus 15. A. Okay, we've got a lot of terms here. Here's where our underlines can really come in handy. We've got an x squared term and an x squared term here. Now we've only got one y squared term. Then we've got two y terms, and then two x terms. So let's combine them. I'm going to start with the x squared. 6x squared minus 5x squared is just x squared, or 1x squared. I'm going to cross them out as I go so I make sure I've got everything with all of these terms here. I'll do the y squared term next. Just carry that down because that's the only y squared. Now I'll do the x terms. I've got x plus 2x, that's 3x. And then negative 4y minus 3y is negative 7y. So the answer that matches what we have is A. How do you feel about simplifying algebraic expressions now? Let me know in the comments. You've got this.